Hello, my fellow Cobranauts, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. I'm your host, Christopher Tarantola, and we are playing. You can't really see it because of the background, but we are playing version 1.2 pre-release Windows version, and we have a contract here to position a satellite in an equatorial orbit around the moon, and we need to have a thermometer and a mystery good on the satellite. That ought to give us some good science, and it'll also allow us to use probe cores. So that's what we're going to do. We got this probidobidine OKTO. It does have a limited reaction will, and it also has stability assist. It has some KerbNet access to scan terrain only, and it has a basic data transmitter as well as command authority. It does require some electric charge, 1.2 per minute, and so we need to have some batteries on here. And in addition to the batteries, we need to have some photovoltaics. I'm going to put on 4. That ought to be enough for that. What else should we do here? We also want to put on one of these spiffy high gain antennas here. Don't want to put it like that though, or like that. I just want the one, and I just want it this way. Now I don't know if the way this antenna points is important or not. I'm going to assume it is not, but we shall see. The other side from that antenna, I'll put this one like that. And then we do need a thermometer on the satellite and a mystery goo container. And I'll put it over here like this, where it is for sure on this track here. And then I'll just move it over thusly to be centered. There we go. Alright, now that should be good for all of that. What else do we need? We need to have, I think instead of this antenna, which would be the normal one, I think we're going to go with the newer high gain one. Not high gain, it's not high gain, it's just it works in the atmosphere. And I think we're going to need that to launch this sucker, to have this sucker be able to control it while we're doing the launch. And we're going to get a couple of Oscar B fuel tanks and a nice small little engine here. And that is our satellite. Okay, now what we want to do is go ahead and put on one of these probes, decouplers I should say, and yeah, we just want to get this thing into orbit. I think that ought to be more than enough, and we'll go ahead and use this swivel. I don't know, I might take one of these off and use the swivel. I don't know, I might not. Well, I'm going to use the Reliant rather. We're not even going to do the Terrier because we have this smaller Spark, and that's going to get us to wherever we need to go, more than enough Delta V, I'm sure. We'll then put some of these decouplers on here, and we need 4 of those. And then put some of these thumper boosters on here. Try and get it straight. And give it some aerodynamics here. I don't know if it's because these are on wrong. that's better. Much better. Okay. Put some of these on here. Yeah, like that. So the only thing we're really missing is a fairing, which would be nice to have, but it'll work without the fairing, I think. It ought to be okay. We're not coming back in the atmosphere, so we don't need a heat shield. I don't know if we want to put some more science on this thing or not. I don't think so. I think we're good without it. And I think that's it. One thing I might do is go ahead and stick a couple of these on here just to have it. And I need to fix my staging. That's always helpful to have the staging in the proper sequence. There we go. And I think what I'll do is I will make my antenna. I'll toggle the antenna. No, not on stage. Reset. I'll tag it to brakes. Because I don't have any other thing that would be brakes. And I guess in a pinch you could consider this an air brake, right? Right. That would work, right? In a pinch. Okay, and we're going to call this Lunar Comms Relay 01. We're going to save that and launch it. All right. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I'm going to go back, revert flight, and revert to assembly. This will make this, I think, a lot easier to control. Is struts. Yes. We need our struts. So I wonder if this antenna is going to get in the way. It will not. That's fine. That'll work. Okay, and then down here. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Yeah, that ought to work a lot better. All right, so on our way back to the moon, but this time with a probe core. Let's see. Full probe control, Kerbal KFC, data RX, direct connection to the Space Center. T, Z, go. Didn't even need to press Z. I probably should have turned down the thrust. Yeah, I want to affect the thrust limiter, so let's revert to flight here. I don't know if I can do it on the launch pad, so I'll do it in here. Yeah, I want to limit this thrust to like half, something like that. That's better. All right, go back to turn SAS on and launch. Yeah, that's a lot better. Man, my oh, that's better. And my my frame rate was just crawling there at only 3 frames a second, which was just ridiculous. And I have poor frame rates as it stands, but I mean that's just awful. Okay, it's starting to go in the wrong direction. I'm not sure why, so let's try and pull that over where we want it. I'm sure the aerodynamics of the top of this are not helping us out at all. In fact, it's like wobbling like crazy. You can notice over here I'm doing a lot of babysitting of the trajectory here of the attitude. You could say that this rocket has a volatile attitude, which is not good when it comes to rocketry or people. But in rockets, as in people, it does make things more interesting. Always, right? So where's our sun? Is it just sun? Is it sunrise or sunset? I can't tell. Those solid boosters hit each other, but as long as it didn't hit my main craft, I'm cool with that. Let's see, where is our apoaps at? Yeah, so we want to start turning this. Down this way. All right. So now we'll ride this up into space. We're in space. All right, and now we need to go prograde. Very limited control authority. I don't know, maybe I should have put on a, what are they called? Reaction wheel. Why is it drifting on me? I'm in space. It should not be drifting at all. Why is it drifting? Stop drifting. Why are you drifting? You're in space. What in the world is the problem? Well, that's awful. It'll make it very difficult to get an equatorial orbit. Oh, what's wrong with this thing? I'm in communication, right? I'm in control. So, question is, I'm going to stage this and see if I can't do better. Stage. I wanted to use all that delta V, but I guess it's really off balance with this antenna. It's the only thing I can guess. I mean, it is not stable at all. All right, well, at least we're in an orbit. It's an awful orbit. Oh my god. Let's focus on the moon here. See what we got here. So, yeah, I mean, this is a pretty standard, easy thing. It's going to be a lot more difficult than it should be, but just because our craft is so awful at it's so unstable here. So we're going to have to come around to this way. As soon as that moon comes around the horizon, we'll launch. There's a lot of torque going on here, though, and I'm not like entirely sure why. The only thing I can think of is this antenna is heavy, and therefore creates issues because of it. Which is unfortunate. Where's the moon? There it is. Alright. Oh my god. You can see I'm having to really babysit this thing. It's not really enjoyable at all. Oh. Alright, let's set as target. It won't tell us where our thing is, so we're gonna need to burn downwards. So which one is that? I'm imagining it's this one. Can we go ahead and do that? Is that helping? I can't even tell if it's helping or not. We're out of fuel. So we're going to call this a fail. So you even going to get into orbit? Yeah, I mean, it'll be in orbit. So that's interesting. It'll be in orbit. I'm not sure if how good a relay is going to be, but at least it'll be a relay. All right. Screw that thing. Ugh. Leaving it alone. Moving on with life. That was a waste. What a waste. I'm not even I'm not even gonna get the science from the mystery goo on that sucker. I don't know. I should probably do that, right? I just was so done with that thing. It was so awful to fly. I can't even tell you how awful it was, guys. I know I'm being a little baby and I'm complaining, and I oughta try some of your designs, but all the same, that was kind of awful. All right, so got the mystery goo here. At least got the data for that. We already got temperature data from our last lunar mission, so we're gonna call that a day. Go back to the Space Center and tell that relay satellite good riddance. Completely failed orbit. Okay, at least we got some science out of it. I could go for larger rockets here, or probably more important. No, I don't have enough for that. I can only go for the aviation, which will give us these tail fins, a lot of other cool stuff. So, yeah, I might go for that. And I think we're going to call that a day for this episode. I know it was a quick episode, but I do appreciate you guys watching. Hopefully the next one will honestly be a little bit better. But until then, I will talk to y'all later. Like and subscribe if you like what you see. And